Hey, Year 11, welcome back. Today we're going to look at this is lesson 17. We're going to look at the second half of that transition through the life stage or life course. Now, last lesson I touched on how we've got different periods in our life course, such as infancy, childhood, adolescence, adulthood, and such. What we're going to do is link the appropriate sort of activities, rights, and responsibilities that you would associate with each of those age groups. Okay, so this dot point here itself is on the same page as last lesson, so give that a highlight and date and sign it. That would be fantastic. Once you've done that, we'll move to here. Same as usual, you'll need all your equipment out, ready to go. So when we're looking at life stages here, get all this down by the way. As we get older, we obviously grow up, we become more mature. And in saying that, not only are you becoming more mature, you're becoming more emotionally intelligent as well. You're more aware of your own thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and you're able to articulate those thoughts into words and actions. But you also gain additional rights and responsibilities as you progress and as you grow older, as well as the pressures from the society we grew up into. It's not just additional rights and responsibilities, say in a micro environment, if you became a parent or an extended family, you got married. It's also in the meso macro levels as well. You have additional rights and responsibilities, like you got to start paying taxes, you got to start contributing and becoming a contributing member of society financially, and all of those sorts of things are forming and changing as you're growing up through the life stages. You guys are at a pretty pivotal life stage at the moment where you're thinking about all that in the future, but you're not quite there yet, and it can be quite confusing. With your, and particularly, well, anyone really, when you sort of hit those milestones of a different life stage, they're usually accompanied by rituals and celebrations. So, for example, schoolies is a ritual and celebration that you guys will conduct towards the end of your year 12. You've also got tests and initiations as well to do with your micro world at the stage you're at, like your HSC, your L's, your P's, your first house party, whatever it might be. These are sort of rituals that accompanied at adolescence at your stage. And again, they change when you got it. With adulthood, you get additional privileges, such as license upgrades. You become a legal adult age, which means you can sign forms for yourself. You've got other things like drinking, your responsibilities with voting as well. So all of those distinguish your status within society from other people, and what that is doing is, again, giving you additional rights and responsibilities with each life stage. So as you go through these life stages, it's not like you lose all the responsibilities from the previous ones. They grow as you get older as well. Our attitudes, however, with these different life stages, they can be pretty heavily stereotyped. So that image of a teenager or adolescent, such as you guys, is often can be portrayed negatively, such as being rebellious or inexperienced, entitled, aggressive, even over-sexualized. And a lot of that is contrasting with the image of mature age people. Okay, there's also negative connotations surrounding that. They're judgmental, unempathetic, ignorant to some of the changes. But then again, there are also some positive things, like with the older mature age, you've got wisdom, they've been around the block a few times, and whereas with younger, you're full of energy, vibrant, ready to go out and change the world. So there's positive and negative sort of stereotypes that align with each one. With that as our segue, I want you to look at this table here. What I've done is outlined each life stage, from infancy all the way to mature age. So you have infancy, early childhood, adolescence, young adult, adulthood, being a late adult, and then mature age. So what I want you to do is, with each of these life stages, I want you to describe the typical activities, so the typical social activities that a person in this life stage would complete. So for example, in infancy, your social activities aren't going to be as broad as they would when you're older, but what are the type of things you would do? Playtime, learning the alphabet, speaking very basic words, that kind of thing. When we move over to typical behaviours, I want you to think, what are some of the typical behaviours that each person in this life stage would do, as well as in the next one, their attitude towards life. So I guess what I mean by that is, if we're reflecting on rights and responsibilities, what are their sort of perceptions on the world as you go through each of those life stages? So how might a mature age person's perception of the world be different to an adolescent? And then in the last column, I want you to look at your attitude, your personal attitude towards each of that life stage. Is it positive or negative? Why not? Once you have done that, that's it for this lesson. Psych, just kidding, there's an extra slide. After you've done that, I would like you to list 5 ways your rights and responsibilities are different to that of your parents. So that's going to look at a continuity and change concept there. So in what ways are your rights and responsibilities different to that of your parents? You may want to interview them, ask them, and help them with that. That's it. Thanks.